Hi everyone, this is Umer Farooqi, and today I'm going to talk about having a constructive day at work. So, I've received a lot of questions in which people ask me that how to have a constructive day at work, how should we not waste time, how should we ensure that we are productive throughout. So, I decided to jot some things down that I follow, what I've learned from my mentor, from my experience, and I'll give you 5 things. Okay, 5 things how you can ensure that you have a productive day. And the first is, before going to sleep, plan your day ahead. Whether you watch a movie on Netflix or whatever you do before going to sleep, if you spend 10 to 15 minutes before going to sleep and you just recall what are the most important things that you have to do in the morning, trust me, it will save you a lot of time, it will save you a lot of stress. Every minute, this is research, every minute that you think or you plan, you save 10 minutes in execution. So if you have a template in mind or a design in mind, okay, I'll have to do this thing first and then followed by these steps, then once you wake up, you're not in that much of stress. Second is rise early. And why is that important? So even during my college days and even now, during weekends, I have a habit of sleeping late because there's this notion that people behave differently and everyone has a different productive way of working. But when you're working in a corporate setting or when you're working for your own business, even artists, you'll be surprised to know that a lot of them, if you research, a lot of them wake up really early in the morning. And why is that so? It's scientifically proven. There's some toxins in the morning that are released because of the peace, because of the fresh air. So you get to think a lot. You have a kick, you have a head start in the morning. If you, let's say you wake up at 6:30 or 7, you get time to exercise a little bit. You don't have to go to the gym. Even if you slide push-ups or cardio exercises at home, 5 to 10 minutes, you do your breakfast, you get time to think, and then whatever you were thinking at night, you can just jot down, okay, I'll go in the morning and I'll do this. Some people, what I do is I start working in the morning for 15 to 20 minutes as well. What it does is it gives me a head start because I plan, and then I'm like, okay, I have to send this email, and this is how I start my day. Benjamin Franklin said, early morning has it's gold in its mouth, or something like that. And why is this important? And why is this true? Because actually the positivity, the mental fitness that it gives you rising early, it gives you an edge. It saves you a lot of stress. It saves you a lot of tension in the morning of getting your clothes ready, getting your breakfast ready, rushing to the office. And third is, which is very important for me now, is having breakfast. Now by breakfast I don't mean having pie or nihari or very heavy breakfast. Breakfast is very important. It's actually the most important meal of the day because of a lot of things. One, your weight management. A lot of people think that, okay, skipping breakfast, I'm saving a lot of calories. No. In the morning, it helps you in weight management because you have certain calories that gives you the energy boost, and because of it, you start working. Second, it makes you happy in the morning. Why? Because when the body gets glucose, short of glucose in the morning because of the food you eat, you tend to work happier, and because of that, you're more productive, right? Imagine you're driving an F1 or Ferrari, and then for 12 hours you don't have fuel in it, and suddenly you're like, okay, you race it to 150 miles per hour. That's what happens to your body, and you don't realize. You sleep, let's say you eat at 10 or 11 at night, you sleep, you wake up at 8, then you rush to the office, and then it's like 11 to 12 hours and you haven't had food. Imagine working like that, and people actually don't have breakfast. So toast, peanut butter, eggs, Greek yogurt, or whatever you think is suitable for, but please have breakfast. The most important meal for you is the productivity, the mental edge that you get in the morning in the first 2-3 hours. It's amazing. So please try to, if you want to be productive, you need to have breakfast. Maybe you can have light meals later, but breakfast is really important. Okay, fourth thing is the ABCD rule, and ABCD and 80-20. So ABCD rule, what I do is, so if I have 10 tasks, I will write down ABCD, and I'll be like, A are those tasks that are very urgent, very important, and if I don't do them, I'll have consequences. B are the tasks very important, but if I don't do them, I'll have mild consequences. I can probably get away with it. Third is important tasks, but if I don't do them right now, maybe I won't have consequences. Are those tasks which I can delegate, and E are those tasks which I can eliminate. I don't need to do. I never used to do this because I was always because I do a lot of things. So I do fitness, I do office work, then I try to do comedy at times, and I do I'm really active on LinkedIn. Then I have to spend time with family. Then I have personal work as well. So I used to go crazy all the time, but now I do this, and then it saves me a lot of time. And then there's the 80-20 rule. So it is said, and this is research, that actually 20% of your tasks get 80% of your work done. So you need to jot those tasks down and stress more on them. And once you get done with them, the other 80% of the tasks are mostly operational, or those tasks that won't get you in a lot of trouble. And fifth is don't waste time. And this is very important for me because in the office you have friends, you have colleagues, and you just start discussing. And in the morning, for me, in the morning, the first 3 hours are really important. After that, I can chit chat, I can go for lunch or whatever. But yeah, so 5 things again for you. First, planning your day ahead at night. Second, rising early, like waking up early. Third is breakfast. 4 is ABCD and 80-20 rule. And 5th is just don't waste time in office or generally. Thank you. This is my experience, and you can share your experiences as well in the comment section. If you want to see my other videos, you can follow my YouTube channel because you'll have a list over there which the LinkedIn doesn't allow. So yeah, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask me.